What's up traders, welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, your trading coach. I'll be doing a live trading session and live analysis, live discussion about live trade and technical analysis fundamental as well as trading psychology. So this is the first session of the day, third day of trading week. So looks like that the market coming a bit more with volatility as there is a news coming later today. So before I begin this session, it's a very important session. As you can see, we should be able to see a bit more clearer direction how the CPI coming today is being released. So before I begin, make sure that you smash the like button and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet. So we'll be looking at first of all gold. What we see that gold in fact currently showing significant bearish price action. If we look at on the lower time frame, in fact long term is still bullish. So we'll be looking at first of all daily. Now from the daily perspective, after this previous day's open with this green candle, today once the market has crossed this level, we see the market now coming towards the downside. Now if you look at the bigger picture, first of all multi-time frame on the monthly, we can see that gold in fact this month for the first time the price hit a historical high on the gold, and with that historical high gold we saw that there was a huge bounce to the downside, almost nearly to the monthly support, and then we saw that gold again has a slowly a pullback. Now this is the weekly candle. From the weekly we see that gold in fact is significantly bullish. This is the support that you can see from the weekly perspective. The price has crossed this level towards the downside, grab the liquidity, and then form this long bullish candle on the weekly. Now with that bullish candle, this is a bullish candle because there's a long wick at the top, and highly likely that gold will fill that long wick to the upside. Now what I think that, as you can see, once the market opened with the gap, we saw that significant movement to the upside on gold. Now if we look at daily, what we saw that after breaking this high on the daily, the price now coming down for a pullback. I think that now, as you can see, back to back 2 days bullish to the upside. Now it might come down again to the daily support level. I think it might come down even to the daily 20 EMA based on a lower time frame price action. We'll look at that because after back-to-back 2 days movement to the upside with this strong red move, it is in fact a pullback of this move. Now if we consider this movement on the daily starting with this impulse to this level, let's place our Fibonacci from high to the low. On gold, we see that gold has reached around 50% and now it's coming down for a deeper drop. I think that gold might come down again towards the downside because there is a strong rejection. This is the lower time frame, but long-term price action is bullish. We might see the prices coming to the support again before creating any move to the upside. Now from the lower time frame price section, we see that this is the 4-hour candle. We saw there was a strong rejection with a liquidity gap, followed by there's another one. We saw the market now coming down this is the impulse, and now it's coming down. What I think that the way it is dropping, we could see that this local trend line, okay, this local support is being broken on gold. So with that local support breakout, we can expect the price to create an overextended, and then we'll see what happens. I think that now gold might be breaking this local support level, local trend line, and then we can expect the price to go up again. So for the time being, you can see that from the 1-hour chart, we saw there was a double top, has dropped from a narrow doji. Now the price is coming down. I think that because the price, you can see with this multiple doji creation, the price has went to this resistance level. It is still maintaining this support. If gold managed to break this support, we might see that gold even coming a bit more downside. So for the time being, we'll be looking at to see if there is any trading opportunity along the way. This is the 15-minute chart. You can see after creating a double top, the market has a drop and on a support level. Let's see if we can find selling opportunity, we'll be selling. Otherwise we'll look for potential which were giving us lower time frame, because I trade mostly on 5 minutes and 15 minutes on gold especially. So if any trade coming along the way, we'll be looking to open that position. Good morning, thank you digital. Good super coach, thank you. Manula, hi sir, good morning. I wish you all visions come true. Thank you very much for that. Good morning, thank you. Okay, so let's see what's happening with other pairs. So we see that gold currently coming down for towards the downside. This is the support level, and I want to see how it is reacting to this support, and then we'll be looking at to see which way we can trade. Looking at first of all DXY, because DXY in fact will give us a bit more clearer information what's happening with the market. Now if we look at the weekly, we can see the DXY so far had a bounce. Now this is the weekly support on DXY. Okay, this is the support level, and from that support DXY had a bounce to the upside. So what I think that you can see, this is a long-term bearish market, and this is weekly chart on DXY. Let's see which way the market is planning to be heading, because at the end of the day DXY is the primary indicator of all the USD pairs, how they might do. So from the DXY perspective, okay, what we see that previous week there was a long doji which has a significant liquidity gap. This is the resistance level on DXY. We saw that the price has created a higher low, is pushing to the upside. I think that DXY might be testing this level here, and then from that resistance we could see that DXY again coming towards the downside. So DXY from the weekly perspective, we can see that the market is highly likely that this is the resistance level, and we could potentially see a retest of this resistance again, because we saw the market has a bounce now pushing high. There's a little bit of imbalance here. I think DXY might be going a little further to the upside to this resistance on the weekly, so that could lead other USD pairs towards the downside, and then later maybe we could see that bounce to the downside. So from the monthly, you can see the sellers is hesitating to sell to this level. Now you can see DXY almost nearly on the monthly opening and closing zone, and you see that this is a very narrow area on the monthly on DXY, and it is unusual to see that the market will go up like that. I think that after reaching that resistance, you could see another drop. Now if we look at the daily, after the previous day's pin bar, yesterday we saw there was a candle that has a green body and long wick at the top. So there is a space on DXY on the daily to move up, and I think that we might see now some bullish move on DXY. It might be heading to that resistance level again that we have drawn on the weekly. So for the time being, lower time frame DXY is bullish. That means the lower time frame we could see euro dollar, AUDUSD and GBPUSD is bearish. So from the intraday perspective on DXY, we see that this is the impulse to the upside. Okay, correction, impulse, correction. Now we see that DXY is in another impulse to the upside, and with that impulse I think the market, you see that it's pushing to the upside. This price action, what we saw on the 4 hour, it's a bullish price action, and we could see the market is heading to the upside from that level. Okay, so that could lead other USD pairs to be bearish. Let's see. GBPAUD come. Thank you very much. Tan, hi coach, good afternoon from Kuala Lumpur. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, knowledge info. Good morning. Thank you very much. So we'll be looking at, we saw the DXY. Let's look at other instrument, let's just such as GBPAUD, and so looking at the GBPAUD, I'll be looking at daily. So from the daily, it formed a narrower candle. So there is an impulse on this one on GBPAUD, daily impulse. Now with that impulse, the price has come to this support. Yesterday we saw that there is a candle that has a narrow wick at the top. So for me, GBPAUD, if I look at weekly a bit higher time frame, is still looks like that downside. There was a previous week, there was a strong drop. This week so far we see the market has so far dropped where the market opened. Now if we look at the monthly, we can see that from the monthly, this is a long-term bullish market. The price has come down. I think that it will come down a little further towards the downside, though it is now facing this previous monthly high, which is resistance and support here. Now from the lower time frame, we can see that this is the lower time frame on GBPAUD. So there is a consolidation. It's a bit more complex price action here because it's neither dropping nor going. I think it might move little bit in a sideways on GBPAUD and could even turn to move to the upside from the lower time frame, what I see. But at this moment, it's a bit uncertain. Either it's slowly consolidating and breaking down, or it's grabbing liquidity and moving to the upside. For me to trade GBPAUD, I want to see how the market, you can see after the previous day's red candle, in fact the sellers couldn't make it through. The buyers again bought that market and moved to the upside. So GBPAUD currently consolidating along this zone, and what I think that this market might be slowly breaking down, or if we see that multiple liquidity grab from the bottom, then we could look for potential bullish trading opportunity on GBPAUD. But at the moment, it's a bit more uncertain. I'll keep you updated in New York session time when we see a direction in the market. So looking at the GBPUSD, we see that with the DXY, as I mentioned, that DXY is strengthening. We see that euro dollar is now, there was an impulse from here, correction. Now it is again forming another bearish price action. So yesterday, this is what I mentioned, that euro dollar, if we see that the price is respecting this previous support as a resistance, we saw that the price did that. The price has respected this support as a resistance here, form a long wick candle. Now support turn resistance here, forming a long wick candle. We can expect euro dollar to come down a bit more to the downside. Okay, we could see that euro dollar is coming down. If we look at the daily on euro dollar, we see that there is a daily candle that has broken the trend line. So from the daily, what I see that euro dollar might be to the downside today. Later, as the news is coming, we might see potential opportunity towards the downside on euro dollar. So far, okay, we see a retest of this support on the 4 hour as a resistance, and slowly the price coming down. But at the same time, if we look at the bigger picture weekly, what we saw that from the weekly perspective, euro dollar after this previous weekly doji crossing the previous weekly low, euro dollar has crossed this low and created an overextended market to the downside on euro dollar. So from this level, we saw that euro dollar has a significant drop. So what I think that euro dollar, after pullback a little bit, we might see a bit more downside. The move could be slow, because the global trend on euro dollar is up, it's coming down for a pullback. So if we look at the monthly also, we see the market, this is the previous resistance level, which is turning support here on euro dollar, and I think the price will fill that zone here to the downside on euro dollar, and then we could see the market again moving to the upside. So yeah, what I think that, you know, you see that there's a space here to fill on the higher time frame. If we look at the daily, we can see that from the daily perspective, euro dollar, this is the daily resistance level, which with this, along with this 20 EMA, the price tested and slowly rejecting. So from the lower time frame, we can see that euro dollar, this is the lower time frame impulse towards the downside. Correction, we can expect another impulse towards the downside on euro dollar. So support, turn, resistance here, and from that zone we can expect euro dollar to have a drop. But you know, for me, I will be really happy to see a little false breakout to the upside, especially if it tests this 4-hour 20 EMA and give a rejection. And at the same time, you can see this candle have a liquidity from the bottom, so it could even to turn into a bull market. That's why I'm not still trading, because long-term price action on euro dollar, it's a bull market. Okay, so based on the price action confirmation, I'll be looking to trade. Now this current session candle, you can see still we have 3 hours 11 minutes to go for this candle. That candle is, if this one is, let's say, grabbing liquidity and closing above as a bullish candle, we'll look for potential, you know, buying opportunity on euro dollar. Based on the price action confirmation, we'll be looking to trade. Let's see how it goes. GBPAUD, thank you. Matthias, hi coach. USDCAD, thank you. We'll be looking at, my mistake, Euro GBP is the right instrument. No problems, Joel, thank you very much. Sophia, GBPJPY, can you look at it please? Absolutely. Faber, good morning coach. Faber, thank you very much for being here. Can you use moving average please? What's moving? I see you use moving average. Yeah, the moving averages that I use is these are only the indicator that I currently use. I use some other indicators that normally occasionally to just to, you know, edit confirmation, but constantly I use these two moving averages. One is a 20 EMA, okay, 20 EMA, the blue one, and the red one is 10 EMA. Okay, these are the two moving averages that I use in my chart. Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, thank you. The go favor, awesome. USDSAR, thank you very much. USDSAR, yeah, we'll be looking at all of them. Let me look at now dollar CAD. Okay, USD CAD looks to me that, you know, DXY, with the strengthening of DXY, USD CAD is forming a local bullish channel here. So you can see this is the 4-hour time frame. Let's look at bigger picture, monthly. Now from the monthly, this is the monthly support. You can see from this support, USD CAD has a bounce to the upside. But for me, you know, when I see this kind of bounce, this is the monthly candle, and it has created a lower high with the previous monthly doji, has formed this bearish candle. Now what I see that dollar CAD, if I delete all of them on the monthly, the price has formed a lower high with that. Now with that lower high, dollar CAD has formed a bearish candle, and you know, this is a support. I think the dollar CAD, after going to the upside, we might see another attempt from the seller. Like, you know, initially we see DXY is going up and still probability to come. So from the monthly, from the very lower time frame, we see the dollar CAD is pushing up, but I think that it will come down again. What goes up must come down. Now if we look at the weekly, this is the weekly candle, which is 2.5 days later. We see a kind of pin bar has formed here on the weekly, and so after the previous weekly rejection this week, so far we see that market has gone to the upside, and I think that it might go a little bit, but again we could see the market again coming down because it's a strongly falling market. If we look at the daily, what we can see on the daily time frame, that the price starting with this impulse to the downside, we can expect the price to move to the upside now. Okay, so you see that now with this rejection on the daily, there is a narrow doji, the other one also narrow doji, and it's a very slow movement. I think that after a little pullback we might see another attempt from the seller on this one. So from the lower time frame we can see that dollar CAD, this is the impulse correction impulse, so very slower movement. I think that any point we could see another attempt from the seller. Okay, so it's neither at this point neither bullish nor bearish, but anytime after rejection from the top we can expect selling pressure on USDCAD. Okay, so let me look at GBPJPY. Okay, so GBPJPY, this is a long-term bullish market. You can see that from the monthly and from the weekly. So from the monthly perspective, what we see that GBPJPY is a long-term bullish market. We saw after the creating an overextended to the upside on the monthly, the market has formed this long wick candle. Now from the weekly perspective, GBPJPY, you can see it has crossed this high and then form a long wick candle in that zone. Okay, so with that said, GBPJPY, what I think that this is the resistance level here. Now with that resistance, GBPJPY has a from this zone primarily we saw a draw, but what I think that GJ might be moving to the upside for at least for short term, because it's a long-term bullish market. We see the sellers not getting enough strength, so we could see that GBPJPY might be moving again to the upside. Now this is the daily candle. You can see there is a rejection from the bottom, from a narrow pin bar. Now this pin bar, you can see, in fact, is a bullish candle. Okay, now so far we saw a market has a strong after this rejection slowly pushing to the upside, and I think that GBPJPY slowly might be turning to bullish, or it might consolidate along this zone on GBPJPY. Okay guys, so I just need a couple of minutes, so break guys, don't leave me. I'll be back in I just need an urgent couple of minutes break. I will come back very soon. So just in the meantime, you can write down what you are trading, then you can talk from there. My apology, I was a bit delayed in my approach. Okay, guys, sorry. So let's look at now. Okay, thanks for your patience. I had a little bit of urgent something that I had to finish. So thanks for your patience. Let's look at now what instrument you are looking at. Good morning, thank you very much. Good morning, sir. GBPUSD coach, you check EuroJPY, CHP. I will be looking at GBPUSD. Morning, thank you. Thanks. US30, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, guys. Thanks for your patience. Thanks, Mark. Rico, good day. Awesome. Thank you very much for your patience. So let me see. What's happening with the gold now? Looking at the weekly and the monthly. So from the monthly, we see that the market has a bounce from the weekly. This is the support level on the weekly time frame, and with that support from gold, we saw that this is the weekly candle that is a significantly bullish after grabbing liquidity from this bullish candle. Now if we look at the daily, we can see that from the daily perspective, gold, after testing this daily 20 MA, has created this move. Now what I think that, you can see the market slowly dropping down. As news is coming later today, we might see so far downward move as DXY showing a little bit of upside. Now from the 4 hour, this candle on the 4 hour looks to me that it's a bearish candle. We could see downside on gold in the upcoming time. This is the 1 hour chart on gold, and what we see that from the 1 hour candle, gold has formed a long wick at the top, long wick at the bottom, and there is a narrow doji. So this is the previous support, which is turning resistance here, and from that level we can expect gold to have a rejection. Now from the lower time frame on 15 minutes time frame, we see that gold double doji here has broken down. Now the price is going up, testing this support as a resistance. So for me, if I look at even the 5 minutes, okay, we could see that locally we might see a bit more upside along this zone. Okay, this is a from the 5 minutes time frame, this is the previous resistance turn support here. So if you look at the 4 hour, let me see how it might do. So So from the 1 hour, okay, we see that after this support, the market is testing this support as a resistance. Okay, this is the lower time frame support level on the 1 hour, and this support and resistance, for me, if we see that very strong rejection from here, then we can look for selling, but it's still the price is maintaining this long-term trend line along this zone. So it is for the time being to look at how it is doing. Now still the price maintaining this support, so it is not impossible to see that gold is going up to that level. So for me, the condition that I will be trading, this is the 15-minute chart. If gold managed to go there, test this previous support here as a resistance and give me a rejection from the top, then I will be selling gold. In that situation, we could see that selling pressure on gold. I think that because you can see multiple times gold has tried to break this zone and it's formed a double top, has come back to the support. We can expect this neckline of this double top, this support, as a resistance. Then we can expect the price to reject towards the downside on gold. Okay, so yeah, gold for the short term, I think that it will move to that zone, and from that zone we could see again rejection to the downside. So this one with gold, let's see how it does. So CAD JPY, gold, euro dollar here. So gold short term, this is the 50, if you look at the 5 minutes, in the 5 minutes we might see that a bit more upside. This is what I tell guys, that time frame is very, very important. Okay, because if you look at a 4 hour, it might be showing bearish, but on the 5 minutes we might see an upside, because I think that gold might be again heading to that level or even breaking the high. So that could give us potential, because it's on a support, we might see some short-term upside on gold on the 5 minutes time frame. Okay, so most of the trade, as you have seen last time, the trade that we have traded is also on the 5 minutes. I will be waiting for an entry in the 5 minutes time frame on gold. Okay, so this is the Euro CHF trade that we have closed yesterday. As you have seen that we have closed quite a few trades with profit, and I'm willing to open a couple of today as well. So we had a gold trade, euro dollar, Euro CHF trade, Euro AUD trade, and yesterday also we had a GBPJPY trade. So if you also want to be part of this, if you want to trade all of them with us and also learn our strategies, you can join us. Link in the description area, and also you can I'm gonna give you a website address. If you want to trade all of them with us, you can visit the website, join us. Any question, let us know in the live chat. I will be able to help any question that you have. Okay, so let's see now what European is doing. So you can see this is NZD USD. USD are a bit of mixed reaction. Okay, euro dollar, you can see now it's now pushing to the upside again. Now, as I mentioned, it might be sometime when there is a the market in a consolidation or in a pullback, in an uptrending market, the market may not move very fast. For me, you see this is the 4 hour on euro dollar. We saw there is a liquidity candle here on the 4 hour time frame, and then we saw there is another long wick candle is being created. So still not close this one, to almost 3 hours remaining. It could turn into a bull market, or after testing this level it could continue to drop. Based on how the candle is closing, we will be seeing actually how the gold is doing. Now if we look at the weekly euro dollar, if you look at the weekly time frame on euro dollar, we see the market has broken the previous weekly low, and after creating an overextended, we see that the market now pushing to the upside. Now it is at this point it is fully unclear either euro dollar will continue to drop or will move in that direction. It will completely depend on how the price action is being created. Okay, so I'll not make a strong comment on this one at the point, because if we see, let's say this 4-hour candle is forming a strong liquidity candle like this one, we might see that again the market is forming a bullish price action to going to the resistance level. It will really depend on how the price action is forming. Okay, so I'll keep that one undecided, because the market on a support, this is the daily time frame, long-term price action is bullish, and even it might move just in a sideway, okay, without any clear direction. So the pairs that giving a bit more clearer directions are let me see all of them. Okay, we see dollar yen. If we look at the weekly, from the dollar yen we see that previous week there is a long candle which has a long wick at the top and bottom. If we look at the monthly, from the monthly perspective, this is the monthly price action from this support has formed a long wick candle, and then we saw that there is a rejection to the upside on dollar yen. For me, this market is a long-term bullish, and we see that what time frame when the market start to be bullish, it's better to go long because it's a long-term bull market. If you look at the weekly, we can see that from the weekly perspective, previous week there is a candle that has a healthy body and also long wick at the top and bottom. Okay, so this one dollar yen slowly pushing high. I think it might go a little to the upside this week as well. If we look at the daily, also the market is forming long wick candles, so this one also slowly I think will move to the upside. This is what I was mentioning yesterday, that that this impulse and then this consolidation is a bullish price action. Okay, so we can expect dollar yen to continue to rise, even it might go back to test this neckline of this head and shoulder here. You can see there is a head and shoulder on the 4-hour on dollar yen has broken down. So this is the neckline of this head and shoulder support, which is turning resistance here, and we can expect the price to come down from that zone. So you could see that dollar yen is moving to the upside. Okay, let's see gold again. Okay, so looks like that gold support is okay. So sellers has attempted to break the support on the lower time frame on gold. Okay, if this support is broken on gold, all right, we might see that there is a bit more bigger drop on this one. I think that we might see in fact a bit more stronger drop. The way I see the price action, it could be. So if you look at this price action here on the 5 minutes, See, this 1 hour candle is a middleman. Okay, so from that 1 hour candle, gold, what I see that the possible drop towards the downside on gold. Okay, so looks like that gold might come down now with this move, with this double top. Gold may continue to drop, and at least we can expect it to break down to the support level. If we look at the daily 20 EMA, this is the daily 20 EMA on gold. Okay. Is AUDCAD bullish? Okay, AUDCAD. What time frame you are looking at AUDCAD? Looking at the weekly, looks to me that AUDCAD, this is a sideways market completely. We might see that for me it's a downside because long-term price action is bearish. Weekly, monthly, especially weekly, we see that there's a long week candle and the bulls are not getting enough strength on this one. If we look at the daily, that this is the daily impulse consolidation now, a bit more, a bit consolidating along the zone. From the lower time frame, we see that the market is in a narrow range. Now it is a bit more I think that it might break towards the downside here, because you can see this is a long-term downtrend and there was an impulse. The price tried to break to the upside, couldn't do it, has a break again. It's consolidating in that zone. I think that AUDCAD, the bulls are not getting enough strength. We might see that downside on AUDCAD slowly. It's in a sideways. So for me, we could see that AUDCAD we could see downside on this one, because there is an impulse here on the daily consolidation, but long-term trend is down and I don't think that AUDCAD will be able to break this way instead of coming down here to the support level. Okay, so that one, okay, EJ, we see that after this doji, the price again bouncing to the upside like all the JPY peers. Euro JPY slowly turning to bullish market slowly. Okay, so JPY again getting a bit more weaker. I'm just looking at all of them to see. So GBPJPY, okay, for me, there is a candle. This candle is closing in almost 2.5 hours from this time. For me, GBPJPY, I think at some point we could see the market is grabbing liquidity from this 20 EMA. For me, GBPJPY needs to come down here to this support level, and then from this support, if I see that GJ has grabbed enough liquidity, then I'll look for potential bullish trading opportunity. This one, you can see there is a there is a clean impulse on the 4-hour consolidation. This break towards the downside to the support is a liquidity gap. You can see that from this 20 EMA the price has grabbed liquidity from this level on GBPJPY. If we look at our TF indicator, I see that back-to-back two bullish signal along this zone according to our TF strategy. This is a very nice looking pattern here for this bullish move. Any drop, I'll look for potential buying opportunity. We had a trade yesterday on GBPJPY, which is we took half profit, half break even. I'll look for another one. Looks like that JPY pairs nicely, especially GBPJPY is nicely arranging for an up move. So any drop to this level, we'll look for bullish trading opportunity. I think it might drop today, later for a liquidity grab, and then we can look for potential buying opportunity. Now this one is our TF strategy indicator. If you are our lifetime member, you will be able to access that indicator from your student dashboard. I recommend you to first learn the strategy and then use the indicator. Now if you are not our lifetime member, also you can join us to learn our strategies and also to trade with us. Link in the description area. You can visit the website, and also there is a link at the top of the chat. Any question, let us know in the live chat. Agent available to help you any inquiry that you have. Gold is looks on possibly buy. Okay, so you took gold with AUD pairs. Okay, so they're almost similar, a bit more different, but see how it goes. So from the 5 minutes, okay, if I see that I normally open trade gold trade on 5 minutes and 15 minutes. If I see that a strong bearish move after grabbing liquidity from the top, I will be selling gold as soon as I find that opportunity. But it's still on a support, guys. Keep in mind that that's why I'm not still on a trade. Once I'll see that has given me opportunity, I'll be looking for selling opportunity on gold. Looks to me that we might see the market might come down a bit more for a deeper drop. This is the daily 20 EMA. It could come, okay, depending on how the price actions are forming here. Okay, so if you want to also trade them, or you can join us. We do open live trade as well. Make sure, guys, you subscribe to the channel and also press that bell button. In the meantime, give a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe. This Saturday on Sunday, I'll be releasing some of the tricks that I look at when I trade gold, on especially on the 5 minutes time frame. So will be released during the London session and New York session time. So make sure that you stay tuned by pressing the bell button as well, so that as soon as I release, it's go to your you are notified, and it will be shown in your home page. So gold, the way I see this 5 minutes price action, you can see after this bearish candle is forming a doji below this support. If it is not a fake move, then we will be looking for potential selling opportunity on gold. Okay, Okay, so we'll be looking at now okay, the way I see that gold price action looks to me that we might see some downside, as I mentioned. Let's see how it goes first. Just looking at all of them, guys. So in all of them, GBPJPY looks that bullish. Dollar Swiss franc. Yeah, dollar CAD slowly it's in a sideway. Okay, looking at the USDSAR, guys, in all of them, USDSAR looks very bullish. If I look at the daily on USDSAR, what we see that from the daily perspective on USDSAR, this is the previous day's candle, has a bounce from this significant level of support on USDSAR. Now with that bounce has formed this long bullish candle. Now this is a bullish price action. We see there's a breakout to the upside on USDSAR from this resistance level, and after creating series of higher low along this zone, I think that USDSAR might have a bit more stronger move to the upside. If you look at the monthly, you can see that this market is a long-term bullish market. Multiple times the price grab liquidity. I think that USDSAR might even go to test this long-term resistance zone. So if you look at the weekly, there is a very high probability that USDSAR either testing this zone or this level at least. So from the daily, still there is a high probability for USDSAR to continue to rise. Now this current session candle, you can see there was a strong breakout after back-to-back two dodges, from a couple of narrow dodges. Now the price action again moving to the upside, and I think that, you know, after a little pullback, we could see USDSAR again going up. So we could see USDSAR pushing to the upside. Now US30, probably have seen our trade last in the New York session. There was a quick one here. So US30 for me is also, it's this is the 15 minutes. You can see it's moving in a sideway, but if we look at the lower time frame on the 4-hour, I see that US30 forming kind of bullish price action, though it is in a sideway, but we see that there is a significant bullish move and the price is consolidating in that zone. We could see that US30 moving to the upside. Okay, so you could potentially see that US30 going up to hit that resistance level. So there is a probability for US30 to move to the upside. Okay, so this is a bullish market for the time being. USDSAR. So USDSAR looks to me bullish. Gold. Let me see. Okay, so you see that from the 4 hour. Okay, what's going on? Okay, so after testing the 4 hour 20 EMA, the price now moving to the upside. Let me see what it did. Okay, so now as I mentioned, anything it may be a false breakout. As I mentioned, that in that case we could see that again going to the resistance zone. So it's too early to conclude, but this 5 minutes candle, 2 candles has grabbed liquidity, this one and that one, right? So depending on if you see, this is a double bottom here now and back to back to liquidity grab. The way it's trying to do, for me it's too early to conclude that it's grab liquidity. Just need to see from 1 hour how the price is doing. 21 minutes later this candle is closing. If this one managed to go up as a bullish candle, could possibly, let me see, okay, looks like that. Yeah, looks like that it might grab liquidity. Yeah, these two, this one and that one, these two candles are liquidity grab. Okay, so if this one is a false breakout, as I mentioned, that then we might see that again gold moving to the resistance zone here, which is not far. So from this price section, okay, so let me see what it is trying to do. You know, as I mentioned, it's Okay, so could see that this is a liquidity gap and gold might be may have done a false breakout here. Okay, and the major direction of the trend, this is 1 hour chart, is to the upside. Okay, so what we could see that if this impulse has gone up with a pullback, okay, looks like that, you know, it made a false breakout here, and then so with that impulse, leaving it as a smart money area, previous resistance, turn support. Yeah, so you could see that now upside in this one. So yeah, so you could see now upside, it grabbed liquidity twice, so we might see the market now pushing to the upside on this one. So I'll keep watching that, guys. As you can see, as London session coming and New York session coming, I'll keep that watching. So you see that euro dollar also after back to liquidity grab, looks like that this one also might be pushing to the upside. So with that increase of gold price, we might see that DXY slowly dropping down, and let's see how other instruments are doing. So gold looks like that again picking up. So yeah, any kind of entry. I'll wait for an entry on gold now. This is the 5-minute chart. There has been multiple times liquidity gap, strong impulse along the zone. Any kind of, let's say, 2 dojis or 1 candle liquidity gap, I will be look for buying gold along the zone. So this is my job, is to now look at the price action for a potential bullish trading opportunity on gold. In the meantime, guys, if you want to be part of that, also you can join us. I will come on live again in New York and London session time. Hopefully that you enjoyed this live session. From this session, what we have found is that gold has done a false breakout. We might see some short-term movement to the upside. So once gold will come down to this level to test this previous resistance as a support, if it creates a proper liquidity gap, I will be jumping on a buy trade on gold as soon as I will find that. So with that said, thank you very much. I will come on live again, guys, in the next session. Thank you very much for being here, and also make sure that you subscribe and press the bell notification button. I'll keep you updated in next couple of hours. There will be analysis, so you can keep eye on that to see what we are doing on gold. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Let me know any question that I haven't answered yet before I end the stream. Good morning. Thank you. All right, cool. Thank you very much. I'll see you again very soon.